So today we're solving exponential inequalities, which is more or less almost exactly the same as solving exponential equations. So if you don't know how to do that, go back, watch the old video, solving exponential equations, because we're going to go through the math part of this kind of quick. So the only difference is this inequality sign, and we're going to see how that affects our work. And the answer is not very much. So I start with my base. I have 16 and 8. So I know those will have 2 in common. So 16 is 2 to the 4th to the 2x minus 3 is less than, and then 8 is 2 to the 3rd. Okay. Simplify my exponent on the left. So this is going to be 2 to the 8x minus 6 is less than 2 to the 3rd. So we have the same base now. So we can compare our exponents. And then we can say if everything on the left-hand side needs to be less than everything on the right-hand side, that as long as the bases are the same, then this inequality will carry over to just our exponents. So 8x minus 6 must be less than 3. And then we just solve the inequality. So plus 6 to both sides. Is this really 8/9? Did I do this wrong? Oh no, because 16 and 8, those are weird numbers. Okay, I'm gonna stick with this. I hope it's right. So 8x is less than 9. Divide by 8. And we get x is less than 9/8, which I hope is correct. I may have done some math wrong. That's a kind of awful fraction. Okay. So notice nothing changed. We did all the same steps. Only instead of an equal sign, we had this less than sign. So you need to follow your rules for inequalities. Like if we had divided by -8 here, we would have had to flip it from less than to greater than. Okay. The other thing we look at, because they're always throwing some different stuff for us to look at, is that all of your answer choices, instead of just saying x is less than 9/8, they write it like this. They put curly braces, x, pipe, and then x less than 9/8, close curly braces. Okay? And all this is how you write inequalities in set notations. So you would read this for all x values such that x is less than 9/8. Right? They're exactly the same thing. This is just how you would write it in set notation. Okay, so don't stress out too much. The only real difference is x has to go first. So you're always going to put x on the left-hand side. So if you had ended up with, for some reason, 9/8 is greater than x, you would have to flip it around. And remember, if you're moving x to the other side, you do have to flip the sign over. Okay, but that's it. So that's what we're doing. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, cool. All right, let's try another one. Just to make sure, to remind us how we do questions with fractions. All right, so we got 3, 2x minus 1 greater than or equal to 1/243. So I see 3 as a base, and I see 243. I don't know what 243 is, but I'm going to assume my base is going to be 3, right? Good critical math skills. So I'm just going to count it off. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81. And 81 times 3 is 243. So I counted up to 5. So this would be, so 243 would equal 3 to the 5th power, right? And since we have 1/243, we know we need to flip that over. So instead of being to the positive 5th power, this is going to be 3 to the negative 5th power. Okay. Left-hand side is perfect just the way it is. So 2x minus 1 greater than or equal to that. Once we have our bases the same, we can say that 2x minus 1 must be greater than or equal to -5. And then we just solve for that. So plus 1, So 2x greater than or equal to -4. And then we divide both sides by 2. That gives us x greater than or equal to -2. So notice we didn't flip the sign. Even though we divided into a negative number, we didn't divide by a negative number. So as long as the coefficient of x is positive, you don't flip the sign, in case you forgot. And then if we wanted to put this in good set notation, we'd put another x in the front, put the whole thing in curly braces, and then there's our answer. Okay, so math-wise, nothing has changed. You just need to stay aware, don't lose track of your inequality sign as you go through the process. All right, so try them out, see how we do. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.